The Greenberg Center for Learning and Tolerance could not do what we did and what we are about to do without all of you here tonight. And we're looking forward to have you meet Father John and Scott Levin after the program.
The Anti-Defamation League has also been a part of our lives for the last 20 years. It is amazing what they do around the world when it comes to trying to stop anti-Semitism and hate. We are so fortunate to have the ADL Mountain States Regional Director, Scott Levin, with us tonight.
We feel so fortunate that we have two people who couldn't be better to lead us in a conversation about how we remember the Holocaust and how we address anti-Semitism today.
The Holocaust Museum has really established itself as a moral voice in the Washington, D.C. Sector. And they also, of course, finally did approve the idea of remembering for the future.
You know, we call anti-Semitism one of the world's oldest forms of hate that's occurred because for over 2,000 years now, the Jewish people have been identified as the other. They've been an outsider. There are a lot of people, because we're in such divisive times right now, and because history does echo, if not repeat, that's out there, there are a lot of people that are very worried that we're in these pre-Holocaust times. And, you know, my personal belief is there's a big distinguishing factor that happened with Nazi Germany, and that was that it wasn't just the awful haters who were emboldened, much like many are in these times, who've come out from under their rocks and feel free to say and do some of the most ugly and awful things and use terrible words and language to do it. It wasn't just them, but it was also the official actions of the government that took place. And that's kind of a distinguishing fact.
We realized in creating this permanent exhibition that there would be people who might be upset, feeling that it would dishonor the service that Americans provided during the Second World War, that it would undermine the valor, say, of the military and the people who sacrificed their lives and so on. That was certainly not our intention. But our intention was to offer some critique for the first time of American involvement in the Holocaust by an official body of the United States government.
When was the last time in history when Jews in a particular society had reached such heights that they were professors in universities, they were legislators in the legislature, were judges and leaders? And that would be in pre-Holocaust Germany. So that for a lot of people, they view the plight of Jews as the experience of maybe the last 5 or 6 decades that have gone on. I'm the second generation, my grandparents who immigrated here, and people look at what my life might have been. I will say that for those of us that are Jewish, we're looking back at this over 2,000 years.
The hope is that people can change, and therefore this is certainly a motivation for continuing the kind of programming we're doing tonight. Otherwise, why even bother?
Where do you see hope? We've talked about a lot of hard stuff tonight. What gives you hope for this problem and for our opportunities?
I see hope in the fact that we're able to build allies with one another. We're not going to ever do away with anti-Semitism, racism, or other forms of hate that are there. Unfortunately, we're imperfect beings, and I think it's there. What we can do, though, is work hard together, pray together, so that the haters will crawl back under the rocks where they belong.
Friends, you are my hope. And I think you have to leave this auditorium tonight. You made a commitment to come out for a couple hours. You could have done other things, but build on that. Become an instrument of trying to rid society where you live of any anti-Semitism or any other form of hatred. That is a solemn responsibility that I think you bear by your involvement here tonight.